One thing I like to do sometimes as a very special gift for a very special person is I buy them a nice book and then I illustrate the book. A lot of books have a lot of space where the chapter begins at the chapter headings, and there can be a lot of empty space at the chapter endings because a chapter ends when it ends. Like this. How cool is this little book? Of course, I've got like several copies of Dracula. I was looking for something nice because our book club meets tonight and we have this Christmas book giveaway. And look at this beautiful Art Nouveau style cover, and then it's got gold decked edges. And like I said, it's a special paper that you don't often see in books. It's very heavily sized. It's very shiny, it's very smooth. You can see the shininess and it will be perfect for illustration. We'll do some illustrations. Okay, I've got the book here. I'm going all the way to the back, and because it's unusual paper, I did want to do a little bit of a test. And in case it didn't work out, I wanted to do it all the way in the back in the hope that nobody would ever notice. So I've done the black already, that worked fine. And then I decided I want a red detail because, well, it's like sort of, classic vampire colors, and also the cover is in black, gold and red. And the only thing I had was this red pen that makes a very thin line, but it works. I'm putting some wood and some paper so that I've got the right thickness that makes the covers sit straight, otherwise I would have to draw down an angle and I can't. So I decided I'll make a border that matches the border on the right with it from the title page. And I'm going to make an Aubrey Birdsley style illustration because of it's inspired by the cover, which is very Art Nouveau. And it's very simple and very graphic. It will work really well. So I made a couple of lines and I try to show it, but you can barely see it because this paper, you can't actually draw on it with a pencil. That didn't work at all. It made more indentation in the paper than that I could see any graphite. So I just gave up. I just have a couple of points, and for the rest I'll just let my hand go where I want it to go, I hope. So I'm doing the face. The face will have the most detail. I plan for everything else to be extremely simple and just blocks of color. And we know from the description, we've got a good description in the book. He's got a very strong aquiline and very bushy eyebrows, and he's got white hair receding at the temples. He is clean shaven, save a large white moustache. And he's looking a bit angry because Dracula is a total jerk. So I'm doing the mantle now. It's going to flap a little bit. So I'm trying to think where it's going, and I'm trying to visualize my lines on the paper. And then I draw them with my pen. So that's why you see me stop. That's where I'm thinking. Where is it going to go? I'm going to give it I'm going to give the cloak another sweep. According to the book, Dracula was dressed all in black without any speck of color. And I take it that Jonathan, when he described Dracula, he was not talking about the shirt because everybody had a white shirt. There were you had some colored shirts, but black shirts, I've never seen that anywhere. Oh, doing a little point here where the cloak flips up. I'm going to give it the classic red lining, which is not correct according to the book, but it is very graphic and people are used to seeing that. I think it's the second Hammer film when Christopher Lee started wearing a cape with a red lining. I don't think he had it in the first movie. I'd have to look it up, but I'm sure he didn't. And actually, I like it better without the red lining. But it's iconic, and we're doing it here because that gives us a nice big sweep of red. And now I'm going to color it, and I have to be very, very careful because this pen works. And by the way, the pen I'm using for this is the Pigma Sakura Graphic 1 mm, and it's not a pen, it is a brush. So you can see I'm holding it a bit different than in my video where I was talking about and demonstrating about how to hold your implements and demonstrating how I'm holding a pencil. Because this is a brush, I'm holding it a little bit more upright and a little bit shorter. Also, I have to be very careful not to touch anything that I have drawn. Like I was going to say, this pen works really well, but it doesn't dry. It takes hours to dry on this paper. Eventually it dries, but it takes some time. So the good thing about the cape is that you can see by the face, you can see a little bit of the color that's turned up, and that gives us a speck of red. Now, if you make a composition and you have a large, strong color coming in, you want to have like a little speck somewhere else. It makes the composition much better and much more interesting, especially with red. Somehow, that's in my mind. So you saw I had a little bit of paper there, and what I'm doing with that bit of paper is every time I touch the black smudges into the red. So I clean the tip of my pen and make sure that I don't get any black inside the red bits. But I can't use the piece of paper, what you might otherwise do, to rest your hand on so you won't smudge it, because the ink is so wet on those large black expanses of color, it would smudge them anyway. During the whole drawing, my hand is hovering above the paper and barely touching it. So I also turn my paper around because I want to make these edges and I want to make the white lines very, very thin, and it is easier if I come in from the other side to get this really tight, straight edge. So that's looking good. Turning it back. We're basically done, so I'm signing it. That's the most important thing. And I'm using my super simple signature. It's archaic Chinese yang sign, because I'm born in the year of the sheep. Yeah, so Dracula's done. Clean up that little edge a little bit. We got to make it as clean as possible. Is there something missing? I think there's a little bit too much space here. Let's do a little bat here. So I'm taking a very soft pencil this time, see if that works. It works a little bit better. I'm just doing a couple of lines, a couple of points, because I want I'm not even finishing. I'm not doing the left wing and I'm not finishing the right wing. I want my lines to be free and flowing, and I don't want to trace, because a traced line is boring, always, even if it's your own tracing. But then, I imagine where the line goes, and I just let my hand flow. But I can't make a mistake because it's a book. So, no pressure. We'll just be relaxed. Okay, that went well. Wing looks good. It's got a nice little bit of tension in it. Now we're going to do the other wing. And that looks good. We'll make it very thin because we're looking on that wing head on, and we'll add a little claw here that makes it look very aggressive. I really love the book Dracula, and in fact I plan to illustrate it. I've always planned to illustrate it, but this time I am really going to do it, and I'm going to publish it, it's out of copyright, and I'm going to publish it the way it is written, like a whole bunch of found documents, letters, newspaper clippings, diaries, telegrams, and it's almost like you're a detective when you read the book. The book is so much cooler than the movies. In fact, I've got another YouTube channel for that, and I would really like to invite you to have a look at that YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link in the description, and give me your opinion, because on that YouTube channel you can follow all the illustrations I'm going to do in all the different drawing styles of the different people who write the different diaries and letters. It's going to be so awesome. You'll see. Okay, one little wing. Okay, so let's just enjoy this. This looks really cool. I'm really happy how this turned out. It's still very wet. You can see how shiny it is. The ink will always be a bit shiny, but it's still wet. this is something you can do yourself if you want to give somebody a really unique gift. Because the paper is so smooth, makes it great to illustrate on and makes it really easy to make really nice sharp lines, which we have to do because I tried Birdsley style. I hope you like the illustrations, and I hope you like the video. Make me happy, give me likes. I might have to get a copy of this for myself. Know that you are valued, and I hope you enjoy reading Dracula.